Massive multiplayer online role-playing games, or MMORPGs, have been a popular video game genre for years. But have you ever wondered why some MMOs thrive long after their initial hype while others fizzle out? It's not uncommon for a newly released MMORPG genre to get a lot of buzz, only to see its player base dwindle after a few months. But why is that? One theory is that the initial hype of an MMORPG is driven by the novelty of the game. Players are excited to explore a new world, try out new classes and abilities, and interact with other players in a fresh environment. But after the initial excitement wears off, players start to notice flaws in the game. Maybe the leveling process is too slow, or the endgame content is too grindy. Perhaps the game doesn't have enough content to keep players engaged over the long term. Negative feedback from players can also contribute to a game's decline. MMORPG communities are notoriously vocal, and if players feel like their concerns aren't being addressed by the developers, they may lose interest in the game. Despite these challenges, some MMORPGs have managed to survive and even thrive long after their initial release. Take Final Fantasy XIV for example. After a rocky launch and an overhaul with the Realm Reborn update, Final Fantasy XIV has managed to become one of the most successful MMORPGs in most recent years. So what's Final Fantasy XIV's secret? Well, one factor is the game's developer, Square Enix. After the initial failure of the game, Square Enix made the bold decision to completely overhaul the game and release it again as Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. This commitment to fixing the game and making it better was well received by the player base. Another factor is the game's story and lore. Final Fantasy XIV has a rich and expansive world with a deep lore that continues to expand with each new update. Players are invested in the story and want to see what happens next. Finally, Final Fantasy XIV has a really dedicated community. The game has a loyal fan base that supports each other and creates content for the game, such as fan fiction, fan art, and podcasts. This sense of community helps to keep players engaged and invested in the game. Of course, there's no one-size-fits-all formula for making a successful MMORPG, but by looking at the games that have managed to thrive long after their initial release, we can start to see some patterns and insights that might help developers create games that stand the test of time. Thank you for watching. If you have theories and insights as to why MMORPGs stand the initial hype cycle, I would love to hear your opinion in the comment section down below. If you're new here and love MMORPGs, subscribe to the channel and smash that like button to see more content like this.